All right, so we welcome all the viewers to this little episode where we're going to speak to Mr. John Gatorna from Australia and Mr. Dag Eriksson, both professors, right?
That's right.
Yeah, and in its second edition, it's a new book, isn't it?
Exactly.
To 90%.
90% new book, yeah.
And so we're going to talk about this a little bit, but I was a little bit curious, not to talk about this book, but actually to start out in the technology track, because one of the things you said in a book 10 years ago sometime was very, very strong on the technology message. And this book finds itself speaking a lot about soft values and cultures and things like that in order to create the sort of ultimate value chain. Yeah. So what happened?
I can't put my finger on exactly whether I had an inspirational moment, but I think my background as an engineer led me to have a natural inclination towards technology and process and inanimate things, if I can call them that. Because as you know, engineers are very rational people who think that, you know, two follows one sort of thing.
And this is where you find a lot of logistics people too, isn't it?
You do, yeah. And it's a natural sort of thing. But I guess over time, over the last 10 or 15 years, I've come to the view that actually it's not technology or process or assets that drive supply chains. It's actually people. People come in different guises, of course. They're at the front end, we call them customers, and at the back end, we call them suppliers. And then there's a big group of people inside companies themselves, which are the employees and management. And so if you think about all those different people along the supply chain, they're making decisions every day. Customers are making decisions about to buy, and suppliers are making decisions about what they expect from the, when they make the sale. And of course, inside the business, you've got people making to order or making for stock or something. So I just think over time we've missed this. And I think still, unfortunately, we've got too many corporations who are looking for technology to save them in a world that's increasingly volatile, when really the real solution is and a bigger return on investment is looking back into how can we manage these different cultures along the supply chain.
And I know that this is a strong message from you too, Dag, that you're talking about the soul of fire, and you're talking about tearing down the barriers between kingdoms in the supply chain and sort of gathering the holistic view, if you like. And so what is your angle on that?
Well, I have the same journey anyway. Started out on the technical side and looking at assets and looking at inventory control and all that kind of stuff. But then when you wanted to implement it in practice, then it came into problems, because they always have different types of people. So you move over to the people-powered kind of approach. And we have a formula, as you know, Niklas, an old one, when you say that result equals systems efficiency times acceptance by the people. That is, systems efficiency, you need technology, you need all that kind of stuff. But it's not enough. You need people to do it. And that's the acceptance side of it. And the more strategic you start working, the more you need of the A and the less of the S in a way. When you're down on materials control side and inventory control and so on, then you can rely heavily on technology and not that much on people. But when you move up the hierarchy, then you need this kind of angle, which means that you have to look a lot into the leadership, especially when you move into the demand chain approach, when you need to cooperate with a lot of people, collaborate with a lot of people in different types of organizations. You can't go the old management way. You have to go a governance way. You have to go by leadership. Trust and goodwill and all that kind of stuff, which means that you lean on the behavior side the more you work in this area.